Good morning. Welcome to English 102 online. My name is Casey Phifer-Byrne and I'm the instructor for the course. I'm really looking forward to kind of meeting all of you virtually. Through these little videos, we might be able to interact a little bit, at least me interacting with you, and then I'll meet you through your emails. This is a great class that I've been teaching for several semesters. I have a lot of fun with it, but there is a lot of new stuff this semester that's new to me, and it'll be new to you because it's the first time you're taking the course. So I'm making this little informal intro video to kind of walk you through how to begin the course and show you some important things that you need to know about. First of all, there are three main things that you'll need to know about on our D2L site, maybe four. I guess four. The first thing is a shared G Drive folder right there. The second thing is, and I might move this up higher so that it's easier for you to access, is the Writer's Help Lunsford Handbook, which you have digital access to. The third thing is the basic content of the course. And the fourth thing is the course calendar. Those are not the only things that you need to know about, but they're the main things that I want you to think about for this intro video. I want to show you our shared Google Drive folder. The G Drive folder is where the prompts and the syllabus for our course are housed. You'll see this populate with more things as we go on through the semester. Right now, these are the prompts that we have ready for you, and the syllabus is in there too. I apologize if you can hear my cat meowing in the background. Her name is Poppy, and she talks too much. You may hear her in other videos too because she never seems to want to be quiet when I'm on a film. So this is the Google Drive folder, and you can access it. There are usually a few other places that I link to it throughout the course, but you can always access it through here. And you have been given access to it. You probably received an email that I shared it with you. Just make sure that anytime you try to access this folder, you're signed into your University of Arizona email, because I get a lot of access requests from people who think that they lost access or don't have access, but they're signed into their wrong email and they don't realize it. If you ever do lose access, don't just click request access, because I can't verify who you are through an access request. You need to send me an email and say, I don't have access to the folder for whatever reason, but before you do that, check and make sure you're signed into the right email and that there's nothing else that might be going wrong that you can think of that's preventing you from having access. So that is the Google Drive folder. I will quickly do a little demonstration on how to leave a comment, because you'll need to know how to do that. So this is the syllabus. When you leave a comment, you need to highlight the specific part of the text that you're trying to comment on. I am not leaving a specific comment, so I'm just going to highlight this. But if you have a question about something specific in the syllabus, highlight the thing you're asking about, or in a prompt, highlight the thing you're asking about, because a lot of times people will just highlight the title of the prompt or something like that and then ask a specific question, and I don't know what it's referring to. So once you've highlighted, you can click comment, and I'm just going to say, example, this is a comment. There we go. I've left a comment. So that's mostly what you need to know about how to use Google Drive here. If there are other things that you need to do, I can make tutorials on them. If you need help with things, send me an email. We'll figure it out together. So the second thing I wanted to show you, we'll revisit, is your access to your handbook. That's the word I'm looking for. So something that you'll need to know about this, you can just click on this and access it, but if you have a pop-up blocker, it took me a really long time to figure out why this wasn't working, but if you have a pop-up blocker, it might stop you from being able to access this just by clicking on it. So I click open link in new tab, and then a new tab opens, and then I go into that tab, and then I click on that from there, and then that will open for you. I'm not even going to wait for it to finish loading, because you can do that, but that's how that works. If you can't access it just by clicking on it, if you have a pop-up blocker or something like that. So next, The reason I wanted to show you the general content tab is because when you log into the course for the first time, after you've watched this video, you're going to want to go to the Start Here tab, and you'll figure out how to work through it by clicking on the module and going to whatever due date you're working on. But to begin with, you want to go to Start Here. And then you can, I know that this is kind of like the boring part that no one wants to read, but I would recommend reading the module objectives when you begin a due date or when you begin a module, because we do a lot of work connecting the course objectives from the syllabus to specific assignments in this class. And so that's just useful information for you to know, and you sometimes might be asked to make that connection. So then you can click through due dates like this. If you have ever taken an online writing course before, you'll notice that the format is drastically different. There have been a lot of changes made to online writing courses this semester that are new to me, just like they might be new to you. So we'll figure it out together. I'm kind of learning this new format as you're learning it. So there are a few things that I'm unfamiliar with, and I will try to stay kind of ahead of you guys so that I can figure out how something works before the rest of the class gets to it and finds it confusing. But this is the first time that any instructor is using this particular new format that we're working with. So the way this works is we used to have workspaces where you would post your assignments, but now you can just click right here into the spot on the discussion board where you're supposed to introduce yourself. You can click directly to the course syllabus to make a comment. You can click directly to this to map out your schedule, which I believe that's an assignment drop box. So anytime you're working through a due date, and we have one due date per week in this course, all of the tasks in that due date are due on the same day. So this is due date 1 homework, and these are all of the tasks that are in due date 1 homework. This is due date 1 homework 2 and due date 1 homework 3. So you have 3 homeworks, and each of those homeworks has several tasks within it, and all of these are due on the same day. When are they due? I'll show you the course calendar. So if you click on course calendar, you can see all of the due dates in our semester. You'll notice that they're always on Saturdays. That does not mean that I expect you to work on a weekend if you prefer not to work on weekends. It does not mean that you are required to submit things on a Saturday. It means that you're required to submit them by Saturday. So if you'd rather not work on a weekend, you can submit them on Friday or Thursday or any other day of the week. But the reason that I make them on Saturdays is because a lot of students in online classes, especially classes with a UA online section, have full-time jobs or families or any kind of obligation that may affect their schedule and their ability to work during the week. And so I just kind of make it that way so that it's an easy way if you'd want to kind of like finish up the due date on a Saturday and then start the new one on the next day on Sunday. But you don't have to submit on Saturdays. You just need to submit by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, and you can submit before then. Notice that there's no due date during Thanksgiving break. The major assignments for the course are due at the end of each of these modules, so you can generally assume that due date 7 will be the due date for the annotated bibliography, due date 12 will be the rhetorical analysis, but that information is in the syllabus as well. Scheduling wise, and I know this video is getting kind of long, so I want to make it quick, there's one more thing I want to inform you of, and that is that I'm pregnant. I'm expecting a baby at the end of October. So at that point, this course is going to be taken over by a different instructor. I'm not sure who that is yet. There are a few possibilities that I know of. But I'll share in a couple of weeks, I'll share a little bit more information with you about what's going to happen when that time comes. I'll be out for 6 weeks, so that could be the remainder of the semester, or I could come in a little bit during the last couple of weeks. It just depends on when my baby comes. My baby's due the last week of October, but babies come when they come, so it could be sooner than that, or it could be early November. But I'll keep you guys updated on what the situation is going to be when that time comes. So I believe that's all I have for you. This video will be posted by the time you're seeing it. It will be in this announcements section right here. make sure that you check the announcements every single time you log in, because there will be at least one announcement every single week. So that should be the first thing that you do, is check to see if there's a new announcement. And that's all I've got for you right now. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Email me just to say hello and let me know who you are and that you're in the class. I'm really looking forward to having everyone and getting to read your writing and reading your work this semester. Yeah, and I'll meet you through more videos throughout the semester, and it's going to be a good class, and we'll work through all of the new things together. So go ahead and get started. Have a great first week start to your classes. Bye!